Welcome in to episode 114 of the Dumb Marks podcast. Your boy. You know, I woke up this morning.
Bring the energy today.
Championship Saturday, knockout round of the Men's World Cup, U.S. against the Netherlands. I got up, I did my little chant, the little I believe that we will win. I did it all this morning, right? I was ready to go, had my red, white, and blue on. And I was like, you know what? I'm choosing violence this morning. I'm going to put on the Cobra Kai because we got to strike first. Strike fast and get on board on top of these boys. And 90 seconds into the game, we had the moment. We had the chance. It was not there, and now we're down 2-0 at halftime. They should have won the group. They would have had an easier draw. They let Wales off the hook. Netherlands are a great team. There's levels to this, and I know we're a young side. We're the third youngest age group wise World Cup team in this year's World Cup. We're probably 4 years away from really making some noise in the tournament. But man, you just watch that first half, and if you're a soccer guy like I am, they're just not on that level yet.
Mm-hmm. No. You see it.
You can see it. You can tell. I don't agree with some of the decisions with the starting lineup, but it is what it is. I won't bore you guys with enough soccer talk.
America still has Ricochet.
Let's not do that either. Let's not do that either. I got bones to pick with that too. Okay.
Steve was rooting for Mexico that whole time.
It was Santos. It was. So, but how we doing? How we living? Everybody good? Everybody great?
Yes, everybody good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Ty always chooses violence Saturday morning.
So yeah, I've been dealing with a sick household this week. Whatever nasty flu bugs going around hit my wife Thanksgiving night, and she got it from work because there was like 10 people out in her office. So she's been out for the count all week. My son got it Wednesday night, so I've been like walking around with Lysol on my hip, like I'm Wild Bill Hickok in the Wild West,
6-shooter,
pulling it out, spraying. Like we're not doing it.
Everybody sick of my shit.
Me too,
is he related to you, Jason? Because he really comes out.
Yo, Eskimo brothers? Are y'all Eskimo brothers? So yeah, but that's where I've been at this week. So that's all I'll say about that.
You need that Lysol spray on one side, the wipes on the other. That's right. You can spray, wipe down everything. Just
it's been
get it going.
Yeah. So needless to say, I haven't gotten much sleep because my wife's been upstairs in the bedroom and I've been on the couch all week just because I'm not trying to get sick. Because if I don't go to work, I don't get paid, so I can't get sick. But it is what it is.
You already had the COVID once, so
yeah, we don't want to do that again. I did that one time. That was good enough. So yeah, but that's where I'm at. Hope you guys this week was better than mine was. We won't damper the mood no more. I'm over it. We got over it. Unless Jason decides to, do his normal pot stirring bullshit, we'll be good to go.
Me? I had a good week. Became an uncle for the second time. So
there you go. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Nothing better.
So I'll see the little guy right after Christmas this year.
Nice.
Okay. Did you come up with a nickname yet?
Yes.
Okay.
So
all right. It's good. Sugar and toys that make a lot of noise. That's the benefits of being an aunt or an uncle. Yeah.
For the family, actually decided we're getting for both of them, getting them like a big swing set for Christmas. So it's like one big group gift for the kids.
Mm.
So the new one has a little while to go, but
I was going to say, you're thinking years in advance. With
exactly.
The forethought. Hey, listen, you're here, but we're not going to let you enjoy anything until you're like 3. So life's hard. Get used to it.
Life's tough. Get a helmet.
All right. What do we got for the intro this week? What do we got? What's percolating?
One quick gaming thing. Microsoft and Activision deal, it might be in jeopardy because other countries are not willing to sign off on it, which is something that I didn't know. I thought wherever you're headquartered at, the country has to sign off on it, and it's okay. It's with all the countries you deal with. So, like the EU, Japan, other places, they're not cool with it because they think Microsoft might turn into a monopoly if they acquire Activision. So we'll see how it plays out. Yep, we'll see how it plays out. Oh, the U.S. is for it.
Right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the U.S. is for it, but everybody else isn't. So it looked like that Activision possibly could just be an independent developer for video games and not go with anybody.
Microsoft's going to spread some money.
So we'll see. Right. Yeah, they have till June. They have till June to get this done. So we'll see then.
It's like the Rose Bowl. We got to wait for the Rose Bowl to sign off for the college football playoff. Is that what we're waiting on? We're waiting on other countries to sign off to get this deal done now. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this months ago on here with how the gaming world is starting to shift and what's going to be the landscape, 2 years from now on what we possibly could see happening. And this is one of the things where, like you said, that monopoly, the one-stop shop, so to speak, the WWE of the gaming world for 20 years until AEW came around. Potentially that's what this deal could have did. So hey, I mean, we'll see. Maybe they're better off going independent, like Notre Dame. You get more cash and you can, still participate in all the major playoffs. Who knows? But we'll see.
I'm thinking they want somebody to clean their mess up for them.
It's a lot of shit to shovel with them.
Yes,
given their history and their mess right now. So yeah. I mean, I get it. Microsoft, hey, buy low, right? You got all this drama and PR and everything else going on. Why not swoop in with an offer to get it whenever it's on the downswing? But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Interesting. Anything else?
Entertainment wise, Clarence Gilliard, he passed a couple days ago. Most famous for playing Theo the Hacker in the Die Hard movies. And also James Treviti as Walker Texas Ranger sidekick. So he passed at 66.
Walker Texas Ranger, if you go back and watch it now, it does not hold up. Like, it was one of the worst acted TV
it didn't hold up then.
Ever. I don't even know how it stayed on air as long as it was.
It was.
I mean, I know it's Chuck Norris and all, but still, like, you can't. That show is hard to watch, man. Like, and my wife loved it, and I'm like, good. I cannot sit through this. Like, these fight scenes are terrible. Acting is
my
terrible.
Grandparents would watch it. I'd go down there and be like, why?
I love how every bad guy got finished off with a roundhouse kick.
Roundhouse kick. Yep.
That was it.
My favorite of all of it, though, was whenever Conan was on the late night show, and he would do he had a little lever, and he would just pull random clips of the show, and it would be the most obscure reference stuff, so you had no idea what the context was, but it was great. That's what made me enjoy the show more than anything.
It was a big. Yeah, no, it was never good.
Yeah, it was never good.
It was a big trailer release week this week, which was unexpected for movies that are coming out in May and June of next year. Like, we're dropping official trailers now. We had
probably getting the trailers for the holiday movies.
We had Guardians of the Galaxy 3 official trailer drop, Transformers, Rise of Beast, and then Indiana Jones 5.
Do we need another Transformers movie?
I didn't see Indy.
Yeah, this Transformers, if they do it right, because Beast Wars was great. If they do it right, yeah, Cocaine Bear, Tony Khan, we saw the memes. That's gonna be like the Sharknado phenomenon.
Yes, it is.
It's gonna catch wildfire, and it's gonna do tremendous. But with the Transformers, Chris, if they do it right and stick to the Beast Wars, it has potential to, you can get a movie or two out of it and it'd be really good.
So
Do I have faith that they will be able to do that? I don't know.
Is Michael Bay part of it?
No, he's not.
Okay, so that already's a plus.
Yeah.
Is this
so
the first one without him,
bit...
or has he been out for a bit? Because I haven't watched the last few.
So Bumblebee was really good.
I did watch that one. That was good.
Bumblebee was really good. The other ones with Mark Wahlberg weren't that bad, but
I didn't see Bumblebee. I did see the first one, but I didn't love it. And then I mean,
at that point, I was kind of over it with how bad the other one stunk. I'm
who's the portion
excited for it, but we'll see. What'd you say, Jay?
Who's the portion this one?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I couldn't make it out. So my Beast Wars, like that part of the Transformers space, I'm not as much familiar with.
Me neither.
Some of those people and characters, they're going to be brand new to me because I'm just not that familiar with it. We did see Bumblebee in the trailer, obviously Optimus Prime. So we'll see where it goes. I'll give it a chance just because, Transformers was one of my favorite things growing up. So we'll see what happens there. But I did not watch the Indiana Jones trailer. I don't need 67-year-old Harrison Ford out there doing stunts. Like
after the last one that came out, I will not watch this one. I don't care what story it is, who's in it. I will not watch it.
Me and Don had this podcast conversation a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy 3, if you didn't watch the holiday special yet, go on and watch it. That's on my to-do list with the kids, but there's no spoilers between one and the other, so you can watch the trailer without getting spoiled by anything from the holiday special. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right, so there you go. I get my fact checking was wrong on that aspect of it, but we'll see. So yeah, that was it from the entertainment week. I was shocked. I'm like, why are we getting trailers for movies that are coming out in May and June? And it's November. Like, we're starting the press run on these already.
Probably just do the teasers in the movie theaters during Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, I would expect another Ant-Man trailer to drop before I got a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 trailer, but that coming out in February. Like we've gotten one official trailer from that. So
that'll probably drop soon too then.
Yeah, we'll see. We will have a Black Panther Wakanda Forever little debate review on the show eventually. I plan on going tomorrow with the kids. I know Donald, you saw it last week, so we're going to save that because it'll be it might get a little heated on this show with that.
Gonna have to save that then. I might have to try to make the time this week if you're going to go see it tomorrow.
Yeah, we might have to do a separate roundtable
to
get into that based off of the group chat that was going on.
Jason saw it first night. Ty, we talked about
night
that
one.
Yeah, he did. He went night one.
All black.
All black.
What is garb? What is garb on?
What is Akeem, the American Dream?
Garb's on. Wicker basket flip flops.
That's right.
Should I go to the movie theater with my Akeem outfit on?
You might not make it out the theater.
Depends on where that theater is located at. So
I got to make a drive then, huh?
Pretty much. Anything else in the intro?
Yeah. So I signed up with all the Twitter debacle going on. I signed us up for a Hive this week. So if you have the Hive app, head over to @DunmarksPod.
What is that?
Hive is right now going to be the Twitter alternative that everybody's signing up for. So it's basically, if you go into it, it looks just like Twitter. It is not there yet because almost every time I've tried to log in, it's been down. So they are not prepared to handle the amount of people that are moving over from Twitter. The first day that it was actually decent, though, cracked me up because
I know that high.
The first thing I saw, it was like, okay, you're logged in, explore content, go in there. first thing I saw were nude pictures. I was like, you people don't disappoint. You know, it's like you get a new platform, it's just like, let's just fuck it up already.
Yeah, your algorithm is what are you on Twitter that it just transferred over?
No, it doesn't transfer over. It's just
No,
you start-
It knows your phone.
it knows your phone. They're like, oh, this guy, we'll give him the same content. Let's load him up. All them hearts and likes on Instagram, the little DM slide in on Twitter is like, we'll just move that over to the new space.
Oh, I don't slide in any DMs, but I might follow a certain other person on this show off of what they follow.
Well,
Hey,
we all know Jay has the dark menu to Instagram.
Look, if there ain't a black hive, I don't want it. So
So
Oh,
we'll see how it goes. I don't have high hopes right now.
Oh, all right. Well, hey, best of luck to Hive. Who knows? Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. But we'll see.
I think they've had like over 1 million people move from
I've
Twitter.
been seeing people posting their handles because they're getting the same handles, obviously, that they had at Twitter. So they're just transferring it over because it's still new. So you don't have all the people buying up, you know, to where your first name is followed by 17 numbers because there's a bunch of other Jasons on there or whatever.
Mr. Mama's new boyfriend is back in effect.
Oh, that's great. All right, well, let's hop into bell to bell. Let's get into the world of pro wrestling. I was debating on where to go this week with this segment.
It wasn't a very good week.
No,
it wasn't. Let's just start with an overarching question, and then we can kind of backpedal and get into whatever we want to get into individually from the show.
Okay.
Triple H. We've seen the memes with the Thanos gauntlet with the faces on there of him bringing people back, signing, his people and everything else. And for as much flack as Tony Khan has gotten with not doing right by certain talent that he's brought in and signed, and we'll touch on this and debate this later on to end this segment. Some of these signees that he's brought back, I'm kind of like, maybe Vince was right. Last night Tegan Knox comes back, and this is no slight to her, but you want to talk about non-reaction.
I said it was worse than Emma's reaction.
Absolutely nothing. Emma, another one. What's up, Nate?
What up?
How you doing, man?
What's going on, Nate?
Come back, no reaction. They've already dropped the ball on her, but putting her in this hit row. Like,
how you talking about hit row, man?
Even Johnny Gargano on Raw
Gargano is terrible.
Bad.
Has Candace already been on since?
Yeah, she was on.
Last night.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she was on Monday.
Okay. I actually don't know if I watched Raw on Monday. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, I don't know if I went back and watched it.
You ain't miss anything.
It was just a very episode. Like,
it was booking this week.
The bloodline stuff was good with KO and Sammy. That continued, the story. But yeah, like these signees and debuts that Triple H has brought back. I mean, who's really getting you excited? Bray? Strowman's not.
No.
Gargano's not. None of the women. I mean, even going back to SummerSlam, we've seen Damage Control.
Nothing.
What has that really done?
Last night, Emma came out, and now they have her and Riddick, real life couple. Looks like they're going to go with a storyline on there. And I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, well, that's typical Vince shit. Just doing a love story on TV. It's like,
and it's putting Emma right back in like the same slot when she left. It's like she's been gone for 6 years.
Yeah.
And y'all are bringing her back, and we're just going to slide her back into the
same thing.
Same thing. Like,
no.
Hit Row was dead the minute Swerve signed with AEW. They should have never
came back.
brought him back.
no.
I never was big on them in the first place. So
I'm hoping that what we hear about with NXT, that you have 6-month evaluation. I'm hoping that's what we're kind of getting right now with a lot of these people, because after WrestleMania, I would like to see them start going back to that old formula of releasing talent right after WrestleMania. They need.
Oh, now
there's
you're
gonna be some
calling for people to
released.
lose their jobs. This guy, you want to talk about? You want to talk about Grinch or Scrooge? This dude.
They can't just be. They can't do the same thing with AEW and just hoard talent and do nothing with them.
But is the talent they're hoarding even good talent to hoard?
No.
Should have put on back in the beginning. If they wasn't going to use them right away, like when Gargano came back, how he got the pop and all that stuff, and then he just got slotted into the slot he's at. He shouldn't have been brought back.
Yeah, Chris said, "Y'all got tax returns. Y'all good. We're gonna release you, future endeavor you."
I mean, there's other places to go now, so just you can release them and have them go somewhere else.
I guess the reason why I bring it up is because I'm looking at it and I'm still trying to see the Triple H direction and stamp, right? Yes, you're bringing back your people and your talent and your guys, and we see certain people maybe starting to get a push. Yeah. But at the same time, though, it's kind of like you're not doing anything. You're continuing the hottest angle or the best booked angle that WWE's had in the Bloodline. That was, Vince through, and you've been carrying that on, right? But other than that, where have you gone, or what have you done that's been like, oh, this is a great angle, this is a great story, you can clearly see Triple H's fingerprints on this. And I don't know if you can really point to anything.
Depends on how much Triple H had involved with the whole Bray Wyatt stuff. There was rumor that it was in the works ahead of time, but we don't know that for sure. So if that was already done, or if that was, Triple H is hiring of the guy from Marvel and that's what they created together.
And the White Rabbit stuff is back, and that's been good. The phone call that came out last week was great. The doctor recording his notes and whatnot. But even at this point now, I'm like, all right, are you going to get in the ring or wrestle or not? I need you to do.
It's time.
It's time. If you're not going to advance the story in a way where I got a holy shit moment because of whatever, but you're dragging this out, and it's like you're either going to form the Bray Six and actually get people under him, or you're going to let's start revealing some of these characters' split personalities and have it show up. This whole just Bray talking each week is starting to grow really thin on me.
Yeah,
there's nothing new developing from it. It's almost the same segment every week. It's him saying, I don't want to be the Fiend, and then you get what's Uncle Howdy or
Howdy.
Then you get Uncle Howdy. It's just okay, you gotta give me something different.
Yeah, it sounds like Puff Daddy with Day 26.
We're also right here with the holidays.
That shouldn't be in your memory bank right now. You shouldn't even. You have to think about that. You gotta
think about what?
Day 26 right out.
Hey,
CD on deck,
Day 26 in the band
comes up in this shuffle, man.
They had some
some songs.
They weren't as good as Danity Kane. Danity Kane put them under the water, the female version. But I mean,
Day 26 had some songs. They did. You had to dig, but they had some songs.
It was the dumbest name for a R&B group ever. What is Day 26? Why? What's the significance in that? But anyways, and that's pretty much where we're at with pro wrestling now. What's the significance in what you're doing right now? Because there's a lot of it where it's just blah. And I don't know if it's because
that's usually what December is.
Holidays or what?
Yeah. December is usually passable for wrestling. They usually don't have a whole lot that's going on.
I think his stand right now is the mid-card division or the mid-card belts.
All right, so let's get into that. World Cup final was last night. Santos and Ricochet. Ricochet won. Yeah. Ricochet with the win. I'm completely against this win for Ricochet. Because, like, if you look where you started, right? Gunther beats him in June.
Yes.
For the belt. And then we just circle back around and it's like, oh, Ricochet, you're back right as the number one contender again.
Exactly.
Does anybody think Ricochet is really going to beat Gunther?
No. I mean, I wouldn't have thought Escobar was going to beat Gunther either.
But it would have been something different.
It would have been something
But
different.
you get a better feud because you could pull off of Imperium and Legado.
Yeah.
You got stuff to work with.
I mean,
this is that in-between build. This is going to be the... I think you want to build Imperium and Legado. Not just have a tournament winner.
So you just throw Ricochet out there just to get ran through.
Pretty much.
But why can't you have the tournament? Why can't you have the tournament winner be the start of the feud?
I would have rather had Shane come back last
Then
time
you
and
gotta
challenge Ricochet.
That ain't the match in like 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the other thing. That's kind of like, I mean, we see it with AEW. It's the same thing. You win a tournament, you get a title shot.
Title shot, yeah. Mm-hmm. On TV.
I mean, there's no pay-per-view for 2 months, so
which
maybe
is fine.
they're talking about maybe adding another one before Rumble now, but
I just don't see. I don't see the purpose in this. To me, this is just it's there because it's on TV. Like, what are you realistically doing with Ricochet? Are you going to have him beat Gunther?
Yeah, I don't think the tournament had a purpose, but just the field time.
It was because the World Cup's going on right now. That's literally all it was.
Yeah.
it was on Fox, so Fox did it.
Mm-hmm. So
Fox
just use
did,
it. Yep.
hey, we got this great idea. Why don't you guys do a World Cup of wrestling since we have the World Cup of soccer on there right now? Yeah, sure, we'll do that, and we'll just pick people with different nationalities on our roster. And of course, you know, the old Vince tribe, the U.S. got to go over, so that's why Ricochet won.
I mean, Steve, you mentioned it a while ago. I mean, you thought that this tournament should have been Escobar's coming out party, and I agree, it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
And this has nothing to do with the match they had last night.
Was this not a coming out party?
But
You got eyes on them.
But to really stamp it, like,
And then get mowed through next week, in 2 weeks. Nah.
but he doesn't have to. You don't have to do a true finish to that match 2 weeks from now.
And then we'll complain about it for another 2 weeks until the next title match. Just let them start a feud.
This was the perfect opportunity for the feud to start.
It would. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't have to be the feud starts and gets hot shotted and ends with a title match. The title match could just be the beginning of it. You know, it could just be the first battle.
But you lost. And what's the point of continuing the feud?
You don't have them lose clean.
Well, you have shenanigans, you know, and you have 4 other people on the
Bitch
outside.
about shenanigans.
You have 4 other people on the outside to get involved, and so it's not just one-on-one. It becomes group versus group.
So it's just the bloodline story.
It's not the bloodline story. None of these people
I mean,
are
it's
related.
any
What are
group
you talking
story,
about?
but-
It's any group story. And that's all we're seeing right now is group stories.
I mean, the bloodline's the best thing on TV right now.
Very
Again,
true.
And I've said this for
You're
2
doing the
years.
same thing with
Yeah,
damage
it's the
control.
best thing, but what does that say about the rest of it?
Shit.
What?
Shit.
The rest of wrestling. Whenever the bloodline's the best part of the show, you know,
You can't say Theory and
Theory and Seth stuff.
yeah. You can't say that not good. That's not good. And even hell, I was sold on Judgment Day on Monday. The way they booked that match.
I'm not saying that it's not good, but I'm just saying, like, you can have other stuff that's good on the show, but it's not the bloodline. Like, that's what people are tuning in for each and every week. Now we got Roman a little sensitive in his feelings because a spot went wrong during the match. So now the plans rumor and innuendo, right? Rumor and innuendo. This is what was supposed to be happening. Okay. And I don't mind that if they would have went this way, I don't mind it. They still may do it. Who knows? But you were supposed to get KO, Roman, which was then going to lead into Sami and KO teaming back up to face the Usos at Mania for the belts. Which storyline wise, you look at it. Okay. You can do that. That works. It fits. Good. But now Roman's all, oh, you hit me in my ear too hard. And now he's all sensitive because the spot didn't go right. So now it's like, all right, well, everything this week, plans have changed. It's going to be Sheamus and Roman now. KO's not going to do. It's like, what are we doing? Like, it's not ballet, as Bruce Pritchard says. You got hit in the ear too hard. Whoopee. Get over it. Move on. Shit happens.
Stuff happens. Yeah.
Exactly.
HBK Roman.
This is
that's why Roman wasn't happy at the end whenever he was standing there with Sami, because he was so upset at Kevin Owens and they got into a heated discussion backstage. And it's like, we're trying to be AEW now and leaking the heat from the locker room. Is that what we're doing?
We're taking all this off of rumor.
Yeah.
I'm just reading. This is just
rumor innuendo.
I'm just saying.
Worked up rumor.
Spent a lot of money on those things, man.
Hey.
Those things ain't cheap.
Hey, it showed up everywhere, so.
Well, business,
but that's
business
the thing
is business.
with rumors these days. One person posts it, and then everybody just tags along with it. Like nobody
and now
changes shit up.
Y'all and y'all feelings about rumors. And then
hey, look, I don't buy stock into any of the rumors. It is what it is. It's just rumors, right? But we saw with Meltzer, the whole William Regal 9-month contract, and then he had to post a retraction like he was the New York Times. He actually signed a 3-year deal. And then MJF knocks out Regal on Wednesday night and goes, oh, no, Regal's definitely going back to the WWE.
Yeah.
Now it's like, what are we doing? It's worse than TMZ.
Yeah, that's all it is anymore.
That's why I just watch wrestling, man.
But TMZ got pictures, so.
Oh, that was the thing this week. Did you see the picture of CM Punk's dog? Just like, what the hell? I don't care about CM Punk's dog.
Yeah, the dog's teeth allegedly look to be missing, so he was definitely right. You can't prove or disprove any of it.
Like, who gives a shit?
last night I was not all in. I was not into wrestling last night.
At
right?
all.
Like I watched here and there, but there was championship football game on. There was a big time high school football game on.
We can talk about that in sports,
right? There was other stuff on TV that had my attention more than pro wrestling. And as I was reading recaps this morning, it was like, okay, I'm glad that I didn't sit down and put 3 hours of my night into pro wrestling because it wasn't necessarily worth it. Is that good for the show? Who knows? But it is what it is. I just feel like you said, Chris, we're getting into December now. We have the lull. Nothing's really going to be that special because we're going to get ready for Royal Rumble season. And then that popped up yesterday or 2 days ago, and everybody was up in arms about that. So
about what?
About The Rock winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, The Rock winning the Rumble, coming in at number 30.
People bitching like they won't enjoy it. Oh man.
Ty, I watched everything but last night from the week of pro wrestling. So, like I said, last night was there was other stuff more important on TV that I wanted to give my time to. But yeah, you got The Rock like, it's gonna win the Rumble, and then we might as well just have Stone Cold come back and fight Roman because what are you doing with The Rock? And it's like, yo,
y'all done already painted Solo a traitor. Y'all done
They call the Rock. They call the Rock coming out at number 30, so they already got its entry number.
Well, hey, this wasn't around when Vince was here. Now y'all, everybody booking matches now.
I did it for the Rock.
Y'all booking seasons. Y'all in GM mode out here.
Oh no, Dave, that's got to be for Crown Jewel. That's the stuff that they want.
You said bring him back. I'm about to say, ain't he dead? Okay, never mind.
Yes, yes, Junkyard Dog is fast. Yes.
Been a while.
Moment of silence. Rest in peace. Yeah, I mean, honestly,
why are we going down this road now in the comments?
Is this where we're at with Belt about this week? Which wrestler has passed away that you would bring back for a feud today? We're not doing this right now.
Real dream matches.
Crown Jewel matches.
All right, this is AEW Wednesday night.
Surprise, surprise! I've watched this week.
What was your thoughts? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Just general thumbs up, thumbs down, and then you can go into what you really thought. But thumbs down, okay.
He got the glasses coming somewhere, laying around somewhere. I know it.
I actually didn't hate AEW this week, but
so I mean, you say thumbs down, Donald, but if you look ratings wise, it was one of the lowest rated shows.
It was their lowest of the year,
right? And
but not that far from last week either, though.
The main event was the lowest rated segment on the show.
Okay.
So
I can understand that.
Yeah, I could see it too. Because I've seen it, 50 times already.
Oh, yeah. I watched this match on this week, and I was just like, okay, I'm over the best of 7 now.
Yes, same here. I didn't even watch the other, 2 matches they had before. Because I've seen it previously, years back.
Here.
I think with the best of 7, the thing is that there's no story being told in the best of 7.
No.
They're just doing match for match.
Yeah.
If you're doing the best of 7, you gotta have some overarching story in that best of 7.
And the fact that you had days mapped out, it's telling me it's going 7.
Yes.
All right. Here,
because like I told you guys last week.
No, we talked about that too. We talked about whenever they.
Hey.
Trust
me, I've been waving the cape, defending it from this. They've been talking about it all year.
They do. They have the same exact matches too.
Hey, I started the segment out, Dave. I actually like this week's AEW. It's just there's parts of it that I didn't like, but I actually thought the episode wasn't bad.
I enjoyed Willow and Athena.
Willow didn't wrestle Athena?
No, but just them, Willow's match with Anna Jay and then Athena.
Oh.
Seeing how she develops.
So Dave, this is where the constructive criticism comes in, right? Athena's heel turn has been tremendous, but it's been on Dark and Elevation, and then she had a match on Rampage last night. That's the type of stuff that needs to be done on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not watching you're not watching all 7 shows, you're not getting that's where the constructive criticism is for AEW right now. They do have good stuff going on. It's just it's not on Wednesday nights. Consistently on Wednesday nights.
What have I said for such a long time with AEW? They need a recap show. Whenever they do all this stuff on the vlogs and on Dark and Elevation, you need something to recap it if you're going to do these stories on there for people that don't watch all the shows.
ETE, whenever they do their stuff, because I don't watch that at all.
But you got to be smart enough to know whenever what angles need to be on your TV screen every Wednesday night. Even with a recap show, even if you had a recap show with this Athena heel turn, it's still not going to hit the way it should have hit if you did it on Dynamite and had it progress over the weeks on Dynamite.
Nice, Johnny. Are you looking forward to meeting more?
Sweet.
Throw out that DDP,
Hopefully
that diamond cutter. And the other thing, I think I got Bray going on with right now, but I'm flickering.
You're okay right now.
The other thing that it's going in and out. Like I don't know what's happening right now.
You're distorted on mine,
but
but I can hear you.
Yeah.
The MJF Regal. If you would have shaved 3 minutes off of that, it would have been a Grand Slam segment. I think while it was good, I just think 3 minutes shorter and it really hits a home run.
I didn't see Rampage last night, but SmackDown wasn't anything. So
Yeah, no SmackDown.
And Rampage has been good the last 3 weeks. So like I'm not surprised by that people saying that. All right, so for Dave's point, let's just pull out the positives for AEW. Let's run down the list of positives.
No, I was going to respond to your MJF thing.
Oh, go ahead.
The promo felt normal. I mean, bland to me. It's the same thing he'd been spewing since the beginning of the year. I'm going to be the biggest bidder in 2024. Like, how many times am I going to hear that from him? It just seemed like it's the same promo over and over and over with him. And every time I hear it, the crowd be like, oh, it's the best promo I ever heard from MJF. It just sounded totally bland. It sounded like the last 5 promos from him.
Can't.
no.
To me, the only thing significant out of his promo was punch a Regal in the back of the head.
Right, you made a deal with the devil.
Yes, that was it.
Which is
everything
great.
else. He didn't even need to say. He didn't even need to talk anything else. He could have just walked out there, punched him in the back of the head, and just left the ring with his new belt.
Like I said, 3 minutes shorter. It's a Grand Slam. He called out Starks, called out Eddie Kingston. Yeah. Who else did he call? There was Starks, Kingston, and there was somebody else he called out.
Yeah.
I can't remember off my top of my head right now. But like, was it Wardlow? No, it wasn't Wardlow.
No.
There was a third person in that promo that he called out. But like, if you're going to set it up that way with those certain individuals, I'm okay. Those are different people in the title picture, different matchups, different feuds. I'm good with that. So
you're just choosing violence in the comment section.
Well, how do you say I'm going to have the longest reign and make all these people Bruno turn over his grave or make Hogan look thing, but you're ready to bounce in a year? That's the only thing that wasn't making sense for me.
You know what I would have liked to see him do at the end of that? He ran through the names, right? He touched on Hogan, San Martino, and then why not just go full-fledged, IWC mark them and say, raise the belt and say, acknowledge me. Why not? Like if you're gonna blur the line, is it trademark? It might be trademark. Yeah. But if you're constantly blurring the lines and you're winking and you're shouting out Nick Khan and your boy the
Triple H, yeah.
Why not? Go there. So yeah, I mean, have I liked what they've done with MJF the first 2 weeks after he's won the belt? Yes and no. Could it have been
1 week? He
wasn't better
on the first week.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see there. I really liked Hangman on Wednesday night.
Mm-hmm. That was one of my positives.
I didn't mind.
I saw a tweet that said, 30 years from now, if we look back on AEW, if it's still a thing, will the Hangman intro to his song be like AEW's version of the glass breaking for Stone Cold?
No.
Mm-hmm. Not yet, at least. We'll see.
I didn't say right now today.
Yeah.
30 years now.
You just took. Did you even listen to what I just said?
Calm down over there. All right.
I told you. I'm pissed off. You're losing in the World Cup. I got Dave bitching at me because I'm being too negative as far as like next thing if I say anything about Chicago beat this pizza, he might fly here and punch me in the face. Like what are you doing right now? This show has gone off the rails this morning.
Yeah,
you're gonna go drink of the week. Would that help?
We'll be back to Bell to Bell. We're gonna drink first.
I tell here's my wrestling take of the week. Impact had the best show again. There, audience can.
I think that's your take every week, Steve.
It is.
I told Jason.
The one that watches because it's the best show. I
told Jason because I saw on the topic saying that Diener stabbed Eric Young. I was like, now if AEW had that storyline, I'll pay more attention to AEW.
And that was long-term booking from whenever the group first started. They're tying shit in that happened 2 years ago.
And that ties right back to how we started this segment. Why is Eric Young coming back to WWE?
Oh, wait, he's on his way
back.
That's the rumor after that.
It's the rumor. I mean, this is the rumor episode. Yeah. So yeah, it's true.
Well, Nikki, if they bring back Sanity and actually give Sanity a run that Sanity was supposed to have whenever they were hot.
I like Eric Young being on Impact so I don't have to see him.
Same.
It's the land of misfit toys for people I don't want to watch.
That's tremendous.
Pittsburgh pizza is better than deep dish, man.
Hey, but no, back to Heyman.
It could be. He seemed like the ultimate babyface in AEW right now. Like for fan wise, like them. He did.
But forget about the glass breaking bullshit because Chris obviously didn't listen to anything he said. Him on Wednesday night just coming out and cutting straight through the shit and getting right in Moxley's face. Like, okay, I'm here. Let's go. And then Mox with the slight little twist of the knife.
Mm-hmm.
You even remember the last time we were in the ring? Like, great. All out brawl. Okay.
And Mox falling off of the stage.
That was tremendous.
I liked, even though it was Moxley, I liked that they did something different in the segment instead of just jumping right into a match. So the show felt different that way. Instead of having the same normal formula. I like whenever they just try something different. And Hangman coming out, that was the perfect time. They continued on with it too. And because that's been some of our complaints about AEW in the past, is that they do a segment and then they act like it doesn't exist anymore for the show. They went back, covered more of Moxley and Hangman. After the Regal, they went back and they covered more of that too. So there were some things that I liked about it.
And they explained why nobody came out for Regal. You had Claudio and Yuta were somewhere in Memphis with JAS again. I don't know what they were doing in Memphis, but you had Moxley and Hangman brawl out of the arena. Danielson just had his match, so he's in the locker room in showers. Like
it came out with one boot on.
Yeah, like it came. They did good storytelling there and tying it all together. So there, Dave. There's your positive comment.
But why would the BCC come out for Regal? He just turned on them, so why would they come out and save him?
Why did Danielson come out last week?
Well, Danielson, I get coming out because of that. He's still connected right now. But for everybody else, I didn't really see. Like, I didn't.
But if they're
come out and save him.
Well, they would come out because MJF, like, he got swindled. Regal got swindled. He bought into what MJF was selling, made his deal with the devil, and got snake bitten by it. So they would come out because they feel sympathy for William Regal, who's had a neck fusion and everything else, almost lost his life 3 times, getting punched in the back of the neck with brass knucks. To me, if we're arguing and fighting and you're my brother in arms, so to speak, if somebody punches you from behind knowing your history like that, I don't care what type of beef we had, I'm going to come out and support you.
Hey, Dave, I don't remember you complaining whenever we were praising AEW and bashing WWE about a year ago.
It's a lonely island here, man. Lonely boat ride.
Now that the tables have turned just a little bit, now we're too negative for you.
All right, Dave, what was your best part of what was your best part of Dynamite this week? Not being a smartass. I'm legitimately asking. I want to know what you thought was the best part of the show on Wednesday.
Main event.
Match wise?
No, I feel that's what's coming.
AR Fox.
Yeah, I have to say, for me, it was Willow. Everything else was meh.
To me, their women's division is set up for a nice 6-8 month run here.
Mm-hmm.
They got the players on the chessboard that they can move in different spots and they can do different things with. They're building the tensions. Even this week, Britt and Jamie, same type deal, right? Britt even did her sign off at the end of the segment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, too much. Okay.
So, Dave, you like whenever they're doing you like
matches.
You like the
Tony's
match.
kind of booking of just booking the matches more than the story based.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what we said last week on the show whenever I brought up Conrad's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
The main true AEW fan base loves those matches. They don't need the story and everything else.
Yeah, see, I'm the opposite. I like the stuff like when Dynamite first started, it was a little more story driven and giving you all that. That's what entertained me more. Not saying that I haven't enjoyed some of these matches like this week. It's just I prefer more story in wrestling than I do just matches.
Now, I was all for Danielson and Dax. Like that, to me, I didn't need story to watch that match. And they put on another banger.
Yeah.
I mean, Dax Harwood's resume, look it up. I retweeted it out on Wednesday night. If he's not Wrestler of the Year off of the lineup he's put out this year, I don't know what the hellions are doing right now.
And next week on Dynamite, you're getting FTR versus the Acclaim for the AEW tag team titles,
which is going to be another banger.
But there can be a market for that, and just kind of like we talked about last week with GCW, there's a market for people that like that with GCW. So you watch what you like. Like, not trying to completely just shit on pro wrestling. Watch what you like, but I liked AEW in the beginning, and there's a reason why I don't like it now because it's changed since inception.
I think with them where I'm at this point in time, like I need the ROH deal to happen because I need it separated.
There's
so we can just focus. Let's just focus strictly on and I'm not saying so Tony's done a good job of keeping ROH on the show and keeping it relevant, right? Because there have been title changes, there have been big time matchups and main event spots on Dynamite and everything else. But I feel like once we get the separation and we have the two shows, I feel like it'll be much smoother and less bumpy of a ride because you can focus solely AEW being AEW people and riding that train, and ROH being ROH people and riding that train.
I agree, Steve. That's what I'm hoping for too.
Hey, we said it last week. If they would have went 3-0 and done the Boston Red Sox Yankees type story where the Elite came back, I'd have checked out.
Yeah. I actually I like the ending of the match, like where Pac tried to hit his finisher, Young Bucks blocked it and got the pin out of that. It was just a quick ending. I kind of like that, gave that element of surprise for the match. But I did say I'm kind of over the best of 7 now. It just overall story wise, it's not doing anything for me.
It's hard when you have a best of 7 to begin with, but when you have 6 people involved in the best of 7, like how many different types of matches can you have to tell that story of a best of 7? At least whenever it's singles, you can you could do different things and that to where the story comes out more with 6 people, especially with the way they wrestle in AEW with the Texas Tornado style where people are coming in and out so much. It's kind of hard to tell a story over 7 matches.
Yeah.
If you look, it's the same match, just in different order.
Yes.
That's where most of the argument was this week.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's why I like that they with this one it was at least a different ending instead of the first 2 was hitting with a ring bell to end the match. But I am glad this week they're taking a week off, so I'm happy that we're gonna have a little bit of a break.
But when it comes back, it's still the same match to me.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not getting me over.
Where do you think this Jade and Bow Wow thing's going?
You talk about not watching for 2 months and watch that.
That segment was awful. I don't care.
Like I was telling Donald, all they was asking for was representation, and now you just got all rappers, baddies, and Dante Martin.
Now you got
there's Jason's next T-shirt.
That's it.
That's it.
You're getting quality vignettes with Hobbs. Like I'm interested to see where they're going to go with Hobbs.
Who keep it in that match?
Hobbs.
There you go.
Dave, you want to jump on?
Listen, Bow Wow is Bow Wow the star that he was 15 years ago? No. Will it draw another audience? Maybe. Where's the payoff going to come?
Jade put him in through a table.
Right.
I don't know what. Somebody got to take the belt off of her. That's all I know.
I mean, if we're talking,
no, I'm saying,
if you want to talk conspiracy theory, YouTube rabbit hole, 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, however you want to list it. Who is who brought Bow Wow into the rap game?
Snoop.
Okay. Snoop, right? Who's had matches in AEW? Or a match in AEW? Snoop.
D-O-double-G.
You ain't bringing back Sasha.
Who's Snoop related
You
to?
ain't bringing back no TBS belt. Not for no TBS belt. Don't you dare.
Steve, Tony Khan just heard us. He just heard you. So he heard you.
Just saying.
Steve going deep down that rabbit hole.
Oh, man. Just saying. You put too many 1s and 2s together. You over doing equations and shit. Like
No.
Hey,
watch it come true. Watch it come true.
I will say this: there was no lie in Jade's promo.
I don't even know what she said. I fast forwarded.
I'm the greatest. That's what she said.
How do you fast forward through that queen looking the way she looked on Wednesday night?
Wasn't my queen.
I see.
Wow. Taquan, what's happening over here? Get your voice. Wasn't my queen?
How y'all shit on me about all red everything when y'all have Jade?
Johnny like Jay.
She does look fine, but she's all red everything in green.
There was nothing.
Eve Marie in green.
Well, she's way better wrestler than Eva.
Don't you dare say that.
Oh, absolutely. Way better than Eva Marie. Are you kidding me?
They might be on equal footing. Don't you dare say crazy.
Crazy.
No lie detected, Jason. From you.
Wow. So yeah, Sasha's coming to AEW because Bow Wow's bringing her in. That's what we're doing.
How am I the sellout? I didn't even say anything. My beige brother Steve.
There's your new name next week, Steve.
Off topic. Whenever one of us gets angry in the house, my brother calls it. My brother's dark skin. He calls
Another
it
Eva Marie fan. Then Jamie Hayter. Oh, I don't know about that one.
That's
I don't even know where to go from here.
to NXT.
Debate this.
So we could touch. Did you watch NXT?
Monday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Apollo and Braun stuff. It's like a Hallmark movie. I knew you'd be sitting in this diner writing in your journal. What is this ABC family bullshit we're doing right now?
What are you writing there? Look, NXT is the North American title and Toxic Attraction.
It's getting tough. It's tough to watch.
I saw the
What's up,
Kenny?
What's on?
Hey, what was I gonna say? Oh, the your diary smiled at me today. I saw the AEW bots going directly after WWE people with the Nikita Lyons spinning botch move, selling her knee injury. That did not look very good. You want to talk about a star that has fallen, so to speak? Oh, gee.
Where's the show going?
Let's see if they do anything with Ruby Soho. I mean, this is what she's like. Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans has had more iterations of the same character, and they've done nothing with her. Can AEW finally do something with Ruby?
Is this Lacey's third restart since?
No, this is her fifth restart.
No, I'm just even this year.
Third
or fourth.
Okay. Why? We'll go back to.
She's not getting over. She's not getting over.
Last week. Why do I need to care?
She's not getting over.
I liked her stuff when she first came back, but
they messed that up.
Yeah, they definitely messed that up.
How do you feel they handled the Iron Man Survivor or Iron whatever the hell they're calling it? The announcement of the participants, how they handled it, the match setup, the wild card matches for this week. Anybody that you would want to see in the match that's not in the match?
I can't even remember who's in the matches. Please don't put Grimes in it. Is Grimes in it?
No, he's not in the wild card match either.
Oh no, who's the wild card match?
Actually, he may be because there's mystery opponents for each wild card match.
Yeah, I didn't know the wild card. I don't know why.
So the wild card matches are this week on Wednesday, and then the winner of those triple threat matches gets the fifth and final spot.
Mm-hmm. All right, so in the men's Iron Survivor Challenge, it's Carmelo Hayes, JD McDonough, Grayson Waller, and Joe Gacy. This week, the wild card will be Von Wagner, Axiom, and Andre Chase.
Oh, so there is no mystery opponent. They gave the. I thought maybe I looked at the graphic wrong.
Look, Wagner looked bad this week.
I think right now the wild card is the mystery opponent in the graphic. Then the wild card. For the women, it's Zoe Stark, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez, Kiana James, and then the wild card will be Wendy Chu, Fallon Henry, or Indy Hartwell.
Give me Indy.
Give me Indy in that. Give me Chase New in the men.
I think Wendy will get in just because of the beef with her and Cora, and those two on Twitter were tremendous this week. That was the best part of the week for wrestling Twitter.
That's a good point, Ty.
Yes.
I haven't got Vaughn since inception.
Yeah, he's just like Braun Strowman.
Bro Dog bigged him up. I mean, that's just a stamp of approval there, right?
Them having X-Pac on that board was just yeah.
Are you surprised though?
No,
because I told Jason, like, hey, he lucked out with friends. That's what.
Yeah.
DX reunion.
Completely.
He lucked out with friends.
The only people that surprised me were the women. I like that. It was something different, to bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they'll be able to pull this match off just based off of everything that's going on with it. I am interested to watch it to see how it comes off.
Oh, yes, for sure.
They need to simplify it, but we'll see how it ends up playing off.
Yeah. And we said last week, NXT needs a match that they can stamp as their own. Like they had War Games, but obviously that got taken from them. So if this is going to be their staple match, okay, I can deal with it. Let's just tweak it. If I receive praise from Road Dogg as a wrestler, I'm retiring. Well, he was a better wrestler than Bret Hart, according to him. So
entertainer.
A better entertainer.
Entertainer.
And I agree.
The one time you agree with Road Dogg.
I have no believability that Apollo is going to beat Braun Breaker.
No.
Mm-mm.
No.
And to me, there's nobody in the women's roster right now that can even sniff Mandy.
Oh.
There may be better wrestlers, but as far as like somebody that's there on her level to beat her and take the belt,
Yeah, total package.
I don't believe anybody right now. All right. Anything else from pro wrestling this week? Man. I think this may be our worst bell-to-bell segment of the year.
I think it's the best one of the year.
Well, let's put the cherry on the Sunday and get into debate this. All right, so I saw this graphic on Twitter here. These are all the signings that AEW had in the year of 2022. We have 25 people here. Out of these people listed, who was the best signee of 2022 for AEW?
All right.
I know why
he's on there. This is simple. There is one person.
They just signed Juice yesterday.
Juice Robinson got added to the list yesterday?
Yeah, added to the list yesterday.
You serious?
I don't see the graphic. They didn't have a graphic, but they said he signed with AEW.
Can you have multiple choices? You're going to give top 5, Dave? You can have more. Hey, this is up for debate. This is debate. You want to have multiple choices. Present your argument for multiple choices. That's fine. Wardlow to me doesn't belong on this list.
But I saw that. Yeah,
I know the story.
The story.
The story, right? But
I'm gonna go Claudio. Claudio is the best signing for me. He's actually one of the few people that completed a story, and they've continued doing stories with him since then.
For me, nobody on this list made an impact at all except for William Regal.
Where's Cole Carter? Where's Two Dimes?
For me, Swerve is the star of this. Swerve's had the best run in AEW since he signed. That guitar swinging, blonde haired bandit. That's not fair. Don't do that to her.
It says Danhausen, Brody King, Samoa Joe, Regal, and Bandito.
Just Regal
and Swerve.
Give me Swerve and Tony. Men and women. No, Swerve and Willow. Willow has potential, and she's my favorite right now.
Paige Van Zandt did nothing.
One match. That's it.
Yeah.
Athena has been great, but it's been on Dark and Elevation.
Is Parker even doing anything, or is that just on Dark?
He's with the Trustbusters.
Who's that?
Baby Brock.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I forgot his name in NXT.
Is 25 signees too much? Like,
you think?
What is their?
I mean, we'll be doing this next week with
I was going to say WWE is probably getting close to the same. Damn!
Wow, that Jeff Hardy comment, boy.
Back to back with them. Ty and Dave, they're just sitting there like bouncing off creative.
Yeah, they are.
See if this works today.
So look, for me, Swerve's been the best signing this year. The people that I'm most excited about on this list, Roosh and Bandito I'm talking men's signing right now. Roosh and Bandito. I think the individual on this list that'll have the biggest run and be the biggest star in AEW, just based on their style and what they do and what he's done already in the ring, is Takeshita.
We'll see where.
And then the women's side, Tony's been great. Athena's been great. Willow, I was a huge fan of Willow on the Indies and seeing her get her shine. I love everything about her. I thought we go one show without Ty bringing up Luigi freaking Primo.
I think it might have been Dave last week.
I told Jason Cocaine Bear will make an appearance on AEW soon.
Who's the distributor behind that? Anybody know?
No.
It's Warner Brothers. Hey.
Wrestler wise on this list, I'll go Swerve. But like overall, I'll go Regal because he brought together the BCC and who's still feuding with JAS and all that stuff a year later.
Yeah, I mean, if we circle back around to this list a year from now, I wouldn't be surprised if Takeshita had the best 2023.
I'm not even sure why we're even putting like Jeff Jarrett, Renee Paquette, and William Regal on here, but
why they're signees to the company that can impact the company. What are you talking about? You only want wrestlers on your list?
Regal impacted the company already, giving the brass knucks to MJF. Yeah, Steve, I'm with you. I would like Takeshita to do something, but they got to get rid of their Hogan problem in the company first.
Do we know what their
exaggerate the roster size?
What is their actual roster size? How many wrestlers are actually signed to AEW? Do we know? There got to be close to 100.
Homework.
Somebody out there, give us a fact check. Let us know. What are they up to? 116. Is that legitimately signed to AEW 116? And I include the ROH people that are signed.
Full-on graphic signed.
Or is this 116 that's a full-on graphic? Yeah, would it?
It's 116. That's way too many people.
Oh.
For just 3 hours of show.
Included the ones on the website. I mean,
those are the ones that are under contract, not the ones coming through or who's. Okay.
Yeah. Like, I'd like to know how many of those get used on a consistent basis. Not just saying they get one quick match on Dark.
But that goes back to Tony Khan's booking style, and you could, case in point, you can point out Wardlow in this list, even though we understand why he's on this list, but he's been with the company forever. But his showing this week, I didn't get the crowd reaction that was there for Wardlow 6 months ago. Nobody chimed in and chanted along with the "This is Wardlow's World" tagline at the end of that. Like, you completely cooled him off to a point where now you got to restart him from scratch.
Yep.
And this dude should be going into a major title feud with MJF based on the story that they had this year.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't even feel like it's even close to being in that feud.
It doesn't even feel like it's been the same year.
Mm-hmm. When we did our recap, like the halfway point, he was my wrestler of the year. He is not even in contention whenever I'm looking at it for the end of the year.
I mean, we really need this split of our AEW and ROH. And I don't even care if some of these people have the AEW graphic and they wrestle in ROH full time. I don't even care. Like, I just need the split so I can get, because a lot of these talents should be, they don't have to be featured in the main event each and every single week, but they should be on TV more than they are. Like, Buddy Matthews is tremendous. Brody King is tremendous. House of Black, they've had their stuff arrive this whole year. Everything that's gone on with Malachi Black. Swerve and Lee has been compelling, but like they, featured them last night. You'll hear from Swerve and Our Glory, so they still a tag team. Like, I thought one turned on the other. Like, what's going on? Like,
I think they're having a match either this upcoming week or either on Dynamite or Ring of Honor. I forget which one it is.
You get turned again.
We can absolutely talk about that, Dave.
What happened with the NWA? Shut him off. Shut him off. I don't need his full job.
He's on a ride.
Just let Cardona take the belt off him as quickly as possible, if that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Again, if you don't like it, don't watch. From the owner.
From the owner, yeah. If you don't like it, don't watch. All right. Anything else to tie into bell to bell this week? Any last second chime-ins or anything?
I'm ready to drink.
Yeah,
let's go. Crack a
chug, 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 chug.
All right. This week's beer drink of the week is brought to you by Brew. It's a Beaut pecan and toffee stout. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So we are on the second beer of the Christmas season trail.
7.5.
7.5. It's a stout with natural flavors. Rich and decadent stout combines sweet toffee flavors, roasted cocoa, and hints of vanilla.
You just combined everything I hated.
It's because they were all dark ingredients. That's why you hated them.
Oh,
You've been up for a little bit on that one. Brought a cup down and it just started leaking after I was pouring the beer in there. So that's good. That's a good start to the day.
Good thing you finished that sentence, because if you would have said it just started leaking, I'd have thought we needed to have issues here.
Ooh.
Nope.
This is one that I've been looking forward to. And Steve, I'm glad you found this one. Because I was going to order it online if we couldn't have found it in stores.
This is 100% true statement.
I imagine this is what black coffee tastes like.
So I'm not getting a whole lot of pecan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm enjoying it. Don't get me wrong, but
the toffee. Yeah,
the toffee for sure. This is definitely a Christmas beer, a winter beer for sure. I would add this on the Christmas rotation.
It has on here roasted cacao, and you can definitely get that. I definitely taste like the roasted flavor almost for the stout. But that and the toffee, that's the flavor profile that I'm getting the most.
Roasted trash.
You don't like stouts though, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no.
It's too dark for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3. I'll give it a 3.5.
1.
I think I'm gonna go 3.75. I like this. I think if it was on tap, I might like it a little bit better than in a can. Usually, it's a little bit smoother that way. So, but good. I would definitely. I'm not a huge Christmas beer person, but I would definitely put this in my rotation.
Yeah, it's solid. If you see it, pick it up. Their breweries out of Ohio, so I'm not sure
It's another reason it's trash.
Widespread their distribution is, but
there's a few of them throughout the country. I know there is one here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, so there you go. The Brew Dog, it's a Beaut pecan stout. Pick it up. Hit us up. Social media, Dumbbox Pod. Let us know what you think. I mean, fucking USA.
Yep, I just saw the score.
Yep.
3-1 USA lose to the Netherlands in the World Cup, so they have been eliminated from play. Like I said, if they would have won to open the show, if they would have won the group, which they should have, because they were beating Wales, that one of the worst penalties given or taken, I should say. If they win that game and they beat Iran and they win 2 games, tie with England like they did, they win the group and they get a much better draw to possibly advance to the quarterfinals. It was going to be a tall task for them to come in and beat the Netherlands today. I really like the team. I like the assembly of talent. We're 4 years from now, 2026 here in America. There's a good chance for them to make a really strong running deep into the World Cup.
He's trying to twist that knife.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting them to ever win the World Cup this year, but looking at the matchups and how the draws went, they could have made it to the quarterfinals. It was just unfortunate that they finished second in the group and drew the top seed Netherlands from their group, and it was what it was. But hey, you get to the final 16. Like I said, there's levels to this shit, and it was on clear display today that they still got some work to do. But they fought, they grounded it out. We'll see where they go 4 years from now here in the States. I am saving up to get tickets to go to Philadelphia to watch a World Cup game. I don't care who's playing in it. I will be in attendance 4 years from now. That's a bucket list item for me. So that's where I stand with that. College football championship weekend. We had college football playoff chaos start last night.
Yes,
Utah beating USC. Obviously, that knocks USC out of the playoff.
Let the debate begin.
Yeah, and there is debate. How much does the committee value you playing in a championship game versus Ohio State and Alabama not being in, so they didn't have to play a second game? How much will they take into account that Caleb Williams, the quarterback from USC, was hurt for 3/4 of that game, and USC was dominating them the first quarter until he got hurt?
He didn't play defense, though.
No, I don't think I've ever seen a football team miss 30 legit tackles. Like 30. They counted them and put it on a graphic last night.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was on defense. So
I haven't seen bad defense like that since Tennessee, South Carolina.
It was horrible. So we'll see. You got TCU and Kansas State on right now. TCU, I think, is up 3-0. Clemson, North Carolina, that ACC championship game means nothing for the college football playoff. We got Georgia and LSU at like 3 or 3:30 today. That's the one that'll really throw the monkey wrench into the college football playoff this year. If LSU beats Georgia, obviously LSU is not going to make it into the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do then? Michigan plays Purdue
tonight.
As long as they win, they're in. I don't, even if they lose, I think they're still in.
I still think they're in. Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I mean, there's some interesting drama. It's just USC losing now that opens the door for Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
So you get them to backdoor their way into the college football playoff after getting smacked at home. And they're like, oh, well, they beat a top 10 Penn State team. that Penn State team is the most overrated 10-2 team I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't know how they're top 10. They didn't beat anybody, and they got their doors blown off by Ohio State and Michigan. So they have no top 10 wins. Like, I don't see how that's as big of a check mark on Ohio State's roster. And then the other game they point to is the Notre Dame game.
They win. Mm-hmm.
Well, Notre Dame has 4 losses. So how big of a win is that?
And 2 of them very bad losses.
Right.
To Marshall and Stanford.
I just think, to circle back around to my main argument whenever the college football season started, you need to go away with preseason rankings. Because all it does is lend the bias to the history that these teams have built up and the equity that they may have earned over the last couple of years. You should not be ranked 1 or 2 just based off of what you did the last 3 years. It's a clean slate every year. It's a brand new team, new players, etc. There should not be any rankings at all until the college football playoff drops their rankings. Because then you eliminate this, and it truly is your best teams
this year.
And going to 12 teams, it's not really going to change the bias that's behind these big blue blood institutions. Now, is Ohio State or Alabama ever going to be like the 14th or 15th ranked team in the country? Probably not. At least not while Day and Saban are there. But, to just have them automatically pigeonholed in the top 4 spots and then they run through a weak Big Ten in Ohio State's case and get smacked by Michigan. But yet they're still in there because they only have 1 loss. So we'll see what the committee does tomorrow. I got a feeling it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State will be your top 4 in that order, as long as TCU wins.
Yeah. And if TCU lose, then it's really going to be chaos. Because I got a chance for Alabama to get talked into, even though they got 2 losses.
And is not an SEC champion. Oh, yeah, we'll see. I mean, if we get Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama in the playoff, I'm sure everybody, from a revenue standpoint, will be excited. But at the same time, it's like, okay, your 14 playoff system is flawed just as much as the BCS was flawed. So there's that. What else in sports?
I went to a really good high school game last night. It was a state semifinal game for people who are around Pittsburgh at Steel Valley and Westinghouse. And Westinghouse is from the city of Pittsburgh, and it's their first city champ to make it this far in about 20-something years. 99.
I thought it was, it might have been 99.
99, yeah, with Perry.
They're trying to become the first city league team to win state since 1989.
Yeah. Ooh. Pittsburgh City.
Pittsburgh City team.
Yeah. And the game was live. I mean, man, there was 4,000 people in the game.
Yo, I drove. The game was in where my kids go to high school at, and I drove to pick my son up from work. The cars that were parked all over the neighborhood was insane. Shout out to the fans, to the communities that went and supported those players and those kids. No drama happened, nothing, you know what I mean? It was just there to support your school and your community and show love to the kids that are putting in the work. That Westinghouse team, man, they're legit. People were questioning them all season long, but they are legit, and they're going to have a tough. It's going to be tough for them to win next week.
They play Southern Columbia.
Yeah, Southern Colombian. They won. They were up 44-0. They are a powerhouse, so it's going to be a tough game for them. But hey, that's who I'm hitching my wagon to. We got a Western PA team in the States. Once you get to that point, I'm all for supporting whoever from Western PA to get in. So I'm.
There's 4 teams going.
It just sucks. It just sucks that it's not in Hershey no more.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that was such a special event in time, and it was there for so long. But because money and the whippeal politics and everything else got into it to where they moved it from that location where it's been
To a regular high school.
To a regular high school is just
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous. But
yeah, but it was a great game.
I will say this,
great atmosphere. Mm-hmm.
I will say this: the one thing that irked me last night, I'm flipping through trying to see if I could find it on TV, and Root Sports, so local Pittsburgh sports network, had high school football listed for the same time that the Westinghouse game was going to start. So I turned it on because it just said teams TBA. And it's the freaking West Virginia state final. And I'm like, why are you showing two teams from West Virginia? You're a Pittsburgh Pittsburgh sports network. You carry all the local sports broadcast teams.
Did any
you have
the Pittsburgh channel carry it or anything?
Just the local news channels were there, but it was radio, and whatever it was streaming off of.
Yeah, I wasn't signing up on these streaming.
You had to sign up for something to stream.
$79 a year to watch one high school football game. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, because I was like, what are they stopping for? And there was some guy in a white hat in the middle of the field. And I was like, okay, it must be being shown somewhere.
Yeah. So there were a couple people there that were on Facebook Live. So I got to watch majority of the second half on Facebook Live.
He likes the hat, okay?
I want to talk about a terrible gimmick.
Best gimmick he's ever had.
Well, yeah, no, shout out to those kids. Shout out to all the high schools, regardless where you at, state playoffs.
Aliquippa made it, so they're proving their point again. Like, you stick it to us, we're gonna stick it to you.
I hope they go up there and smash them. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, no, shout out to Westinghouse and Still Valley. Good showing out last night. Well done from all those. Little scary news here, Pittsburgh sports wise. Chris Letang suffered a second stroke this week. He is out indefinitely for the Penguins. The first one was scary. The fact that he had a second one as young as he is, and he is like a beacon of health. I mean, that dude trains like no other. Logs the most minutes for the Penguins and on a night in, night out basis. You never really know. They say it's not career threatening, but
with that, you never. Yeah,
he says he's coming back, so
that's more logical. That's
two
multiple
before, yeah, 2 strokes, and he's what, 36, 35?
I'm not sure his age.
He's in his mid 30s because I think he would be right around like 40, 42 once his last contract ends that he signed. So he got to be 35 around there, 36 at the most. That's scary stuff. Like
35.
Yeah.
Hopefully he makes a full recovery from this.
Yeah, we'll see. Baseball wise, you're starting to see the free agent dominoes start to fall a little bit. DeGrom signs what, $185 million contract with the Rangers.
Yep, 5 years.
He's
injury prone.
Yeah, but the Rangers stink. We've seen the Rangers do this before. They sign big player deals,
like A-Rod.
So it's like, what are you like? Yeah. I mean, hey, more power to him. Get the bag.
Yeah,
I'm not going to knock you for going and getting the bag. Like, but we'll see. So, and apparently that Aaron Judge contract we talked about,
didn't go through or something.
Didn't go through
because they talked about the Giants putting up offers or the Orioles putting up offers and stuff too. I was like, okay, this is something new.
So I'm gonna get on and offer my my retraction because we talked about that because everything I saw was like And it was even coming from like New York Yankee type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if in fact that does come true or he signs somewhere else. NFL wise, week 13, I believe. 12 or 13. I don't know. Steelers are out of it. It don't matter. I'm looking toward the draft right now. This is not a position that we in Pittsburgh are typically in this time of year. December football, we're getting ready for the playoffs or making a run for the NFC North. Even though we've been 500 a couple times over the last couple of years, but
I still have faith in 500.
No, I don't want 500.
You can't get 500.
I don't need to be picking 14
over
to
500.
18.
You know what I mean?
I want a top 10 pick.
Yep.
What is it? 971.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what I'm going for. No,
that's a tie.
I'm going 10-7.
Speaking
That means
of
they would run the table. That means they would run the table the rest of the way.
Yep.
6 games left. They have
Baltimore twice.
Baltimore twice.
This is Baltimore. That's only
just Baltimore.
It's the only tough task.
Deshaun Watson Browns at the end of the season.
Let's not hype the Browns up.
They play the Raiders on
I'm
Christmas
just saying.
Eve.
Let's not hype the Raiders up.
But Pittsburgh always lose to the Raiders for some reason.
Chris, pull up that last comment from Cam. This is why you're never allowed in my house again, because you're rooting for him to sign with Dallas.
He's injury prone, so I don't care where he goes. He'll get hurt again.
Bring in that family
I
drama.
believe he met with the Giants on Thursday, or he's meeting with the Giants this Thursday.
The Bills Monday.
Yeah, it's down to the Bills, Giants, and Cowboys. So will he come in and be able to help a team? Yes. Will it be like the situation where he joined the Rams last year and elevated them to a Super Bowl? I don't know. I mean, he basically did it on one leg last year because, the injury was bound to happen because it didn't get fixed right the first time he had the surgery. So he was essentially playing on one leg last year and helped the Rams. I hope it's not Dallas. I really do, because they should have never let Amari Cooper go. They do need some wide receiver help. So yeah, I hope it's not Dallas.
And speaking of receivers, AB lost his mind again.
Well, when you're running around with a certain person that shall not be named on this show, tends to go with the territory when you lose your mind. So, I stopped caring about AB once he had frozen feet in Oakland. Like, you had frozen feet, bro. I don't like. What are you doing with your life where you got frozen feet? I don't know how that even happens. So I'm over. So oh, anything else in sports? Nope. All right, one got to go.
All right, Steve, last week you did the Power Rangers. Between the green, black, red, and pink Ranger, pretty unanimous. The Red Ranger got to go.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where did this come from?
I get who was on the show last week that said he was a dick in real life. Was that
Kenny.
Dave or Kenny? Kenny?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, take your word for it, Kenny. You apparently America agrees with you.
Can we get official numbers?
I had a lot of votes in, man. I had some demographics for that stuff. A lot. So so all of my votes for Green Rangers were from guys. Tell you that the guys hate the dude. It's hard to say. That's what it was. The Red Rangers, 3 girls voted for him. 3 girls. I mean, 3 guys voted for him. For the Black Ranger, interesting. It was all black people who voted for the Black Ranger to get voted off, except for one person.
Well, Ty said all he did was breakdance, so I mean,
that's it.
Seems like the nation spoke.
And then for the Pink Ranger, I had 6 votes for the Pink Ranger. 4 of the votes was from women.
It's a lot to unpack.
Haters.
Yeah.
All right. You guys ready for this week?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. So we're going to go with a year-end wrap-up of entertainment stories. We're going to go with the Johnny Depp trial, Elon Musk buys Twitter, Will Smith slaps Chris Rock, and, of course, Kanye goes Kanye.
I was not expecting this type of one gotta go.
So
today.
gotta go. Remember.
It's all stories that made headlines this year.
I mean, y'all put that Johnny Depp trial like up there like it was OJ.
They said it was the first time a man defeated a woman in an argument.
If that's the case, then that's staying. I'm going to vote that on. Elon buying Twitter, like there's so many things to say about that, but we're not that type of show. And same, I'm gonna get rid of Kanye. Like I'm over Kanye. Like I've been over Kanye just enough. Even promoting the name out there with headlines and stories, and I get it. You know, crazy and negative gets clicks, but at the same time, like just enough. Just like stop giving attention and it'll just like Kanye gotta go.
Yeah, that's my pick too. Kanye gotta go.
I'm trying to decide what I want least on my timeline, and it's been C and D. I can ignore Kanye since the dropout. I've been able to ignore Kanye. So give me the slap.
It's still getting memes.
Yeah.
How many months later?
I didn't even know Kanye was from Chicago. It tells you how much I pay attention to him.
Wow.
Yeah, Dave. Deep dish pizza, Kanye, the Blackhawks, Red Wings.
I didn't even know.
It all gotta go.
I don't even like the movie named Chicago. Like
the band.
I was gonna say what about the band? Yeah.
The play.
Michael Jordan in the 94 through 97 Bulls was the last time I liked Chicago.
Steve, what you said, they just need to stop giving time to Kanye. And for that reason, yeah, Kanye gotta go.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if this gets voted the right way, but
you know it's not.
Nothing does.
Nothing does. All right. Final thoughts.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning to episode 114 of the Dumb Marks podcast. As we get closer to wrap up the year here, I think we're going to send out some questions for you, kind of like do another year in review question. Give us your feedback. Let us know what you like, don't like about the show. And for all the links and more for social media, head over to dumbmarkspod.com.
Pretty sure it's going to be all Taekwon kicking me off the show.
Couple quick hitters for me. Final thoughts. The Wild Women of Wrestling tonight. They are doing a live event at the Los Angeles Comic-Con. So they got a couple live events coming up. Chris, I know you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you still followed it, but they're doing a live show tonight. So shout out to them. It's been positive.
It's been positive. Or they're airing the show live tonight.
It just says live event, so I'm not sure if they're airing it live
for a future.
Right.
They do a lot of post-production on their stuff, so I'd be surprised if it was live.
So is that why the trailer dropped? Because of the Comic-Con?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's not like regular Comic-Con, but
okay,
not San Diego.
There's reports that Lionel Messi is set to join Inter Miami next season. He'll become the highest paid player in MLS history. And to piggyback off of that, Ronaldo, this is insane.
Yeah.
Ronaldo reportedly signed a $770 million deal to join Saudi Arabia side Al Nasser. I probably pronounced that wrong. He'll be making roughly $207 million a year.
A year.
Where's
5 years? Is that 5 year or is that?
Yeah, I think so. It says total 770. So if you break that out, it'll be 207 a year. So I guess times that by whatever. But yeah. So Messi and Ronaldo, who are in their 40, pushing 40 or in their 40s, were signing the biggest contracts in soccer history, which is crazy.
Yeah.
One entertainment thing that I saw, reruns of the original Teen Titans animated series are set to return to Cartoon Network this month. So if you are a fan of Teen Titans, that'll be back on the air. Rewatch that. I don't think I had anything else.
The only thing I had was I just saw last night Pittsburgh is the 18th best city for singles and the dating scene.
Oh, well, where are you in that?
We out here in these streets.
You ain't in no streets. What are you talking about? You don't come out of your house.
Lies. All lies. Just like it's the most livable city. Lies.
Well, I mean, apparently 2 people found love, and they, I mean, they killed a potential podcast because of it, but I'm still hot about that right now.
He just going for everything today.
U.S. lost, the world got to burn now.
Yeah, like I had like a tremendous idea. It was tremendous. I had episodes plotted out.
Say it like that. Don't say it like that.
I did. I had it plotted out. I even had ideas on. There's a place down in the waterfront where you can rent space and do podcasts and stuff I even had that thought out to rent the space out to where we were going to do like a game show type deal.
So
And it's down the drain. It's down the drain.
Hey, we can always do the game show. Yeah, that's cool.
Chose love over doing the podcast. Chose love over doing the show. Unbelievable.
Married with single friends.
Wrap it up.
All right.
That was the score of the week. That was the score of the week.
I do have some positive quotes about love, but I'm not going that direction today. But I will end it with some positivity.
Why start now?
Hey, today is better than no day. So with that being said, there are 7 days in a week, and some day isn't one of them. There are 7 days in a week, and some day isn't one of them. If you didn't get it off the top, let that seed marinate. It'll sprout. It'll catch you.
Someday I'll find love, but they don't come. So
with that being said, thanks for tuning in each and every Saturday with your boys, your favorite Saturday brunch bunch, best 4-man booth in the business. And until next time, I'm a Mark, you're a Mark, tell a Mark. Y'all can catch us around the way.